Hello everybody, this is Blue4G here with an EASHL fixes and recommendations video reviewing NHL 16 and the EASHL. Now for those of you that know already, there isn't too much time left to go in NHL 16, maybe a few months left to go before we start looking ahead to NHL 17. You saw the trailer and the video for that, looks pretty neat. So we're here reviewing NHL 16 and the EASHL. Now, when NHL 16 was first coming out, there was a lot of anticipation and discussion regarding some of the changes like the player badges, the gameplay, and of course the new player class system as opposed to the older attribute system. Now, this was EA's way of trying to level the playing field and making things more equal. Did it come to fruition this year? Not quite. There's still a lot of problems from the previous games that still linger in this game, and it will continue to linger unless EA does something. The two big ones, in my opinion, are glitching and bad unequal team matchmaking. And before we start off, I'm not one of those people that complain about every goal being a glitch. If you score a one-timer goal or a cross-crease goal or a deflection goal or rebound goal, those are all legit. Okay, it's when you score a goal on the same exact shot from the same exact spot, those are the ones that are considered glitches, And the good news is EA got rid of the short side glitch and the backhand wraparound glitch. The bad news is there's a new move now that everyone tries. Here we go. Look at that. Yep. Snipe left side. Right, here they come down the right side. Where's he going to shoot? Where's he going to aim? Yep, he's going to take that shot. Of course. Yeah, you see how this is going. You've probably seen a lot of these already. Right, coming down from the left side now. Same area, same shot. Of course it goes in. Yep, you've probably seen this enough already. I have so many more clips. I don't have enough time for that right now. You've probably seen your fair share already. It's really unfortunate, to see that, back in the EASHL again, And you thought we were done with glitching. Well, I guess not. So hopefully EA does something to fix that. I know the argument is, I'll play better defense, guard your spots better. But listen, it's not even about playing hockey anymore. It's about who can take the same exact shot from the same exact spot. So it's really unfortunate. So hopefully EA does something to fix that. I guess for the meantime, just make sure you have a user defenseman to stay back, and maybe that helps with it. Because if you're playing 2 versus 2, it's probably going to be just cherry picking and glitching the entire way. So brace yourself for that. Of course, the next big issue I want to talk about with regards to EASHL is bad team matchmaking. Now, this is where, ever since EA put in the divisions, right, to try to, separate and put the players and teams on a more level playing field, they said, let's put Division 10 teams versus Division 10 teams, Division 1 teams versus Division 1 teams. Everything should be equal, right? As you can see, that's not always the case. Just because 2 teams are in Division 10 does not make them equal. For example, here are teams right here you see on the screen. These are legitimately teams that are in the lower division. They're probably in Division 8, 9, and 10, right? They win some games, but they lose a lot. That's okay. Not everyone's going to be at the same skill. That's okay. It happens. The problem is the boost restart clubs. You know the clubs I'm talking about, right? As you will see here shortly. They're the clubs, there you go. The clubs that they probably played a ton of games, but they just want to restart over again, so that way they can pick on the newbies, they can pick on the easy teams and get easy victories and boost their records. I mean, look at these records here. Look at this, 15-0, 20-1, 16-2. I mean, these teams win like 80-90% of their games. They clearly don't really belong in the lower divisions, okay? And this has been a problem since, NHL 14, since the division thing came into play. I mean, so EA has got to do something about this. I mean, could you imagine, being a new group of players coming in, and the first game you play is against guys who in actuality have played over 3,000 games, but because they quote-unquote restarted their club, they're in the same division as you. That's clearly anything but an equal matchup. I mean, that's like, if I were like a college student, and I say, hey, can I go back to elementary school so I can ace all the easy classes and go through, 6 or 7 grades within a year, right? You can't do that, right? I mean, but the principle's basically the same thing. I think EA needs to come up with a better way to, get a better matchup system here, since they do keep track of other statistics now. Like, obviously, they keep track of, games played, and they keep track of, points per game. So I think there's a better way, because otherwise you're going to continue to get these restart clubs. You're going to just beat up on the new guys, and you see that in the right hand corner. Look at the goals for. I mean, 5 goals a game, 6 goals a game. I mean, that's ridiculous. And these are clearly not really true lower division clubs, right? They just want to, just easy way to boost up their points and stuff, and they get these ridiculous records. I mean, remember in the previous games where they will list the graphic at the bottom that showed a player's career points, and so if you came in and played like your first game, and your opponent, it would show like 3,000 career points, and you would probably be like, how did they get 3,000 career points? We just started, right? We shouldn't be facing these guys, and you're right, you shouldn't. You should be facing other guys at your skill level who probably play the same amount of games as you. So I think EA really needs to work on that. They need to fix that somehow. There's got to be a better matchup system out there. Hopefully they come up with something. To me, a couple recommendations, I would just do total games played, or I would either do points per game, which I think would help, because otherwise you're going to continue to get this injustice. You're going to continue to get these restart boost clubs just beating up on the clubs that probably belong in the lower divisions, right? And of course these restart boost clubs get these ridiculous records, right, where they like probably don't lose for like a long time. They'll go on these easy 15-20 game winning streaks. So I don't know. But there are ways I think EA can do better, and I think obviously one of those has to be points per game. Could be games played. As you'll see I have the player stat screen coming up next on this. So as you'll see from that, I mean, maybe EA could do something like, take points per game from each team and say, okay, well, the teams with the players that average 2 or 3 points a game, you face other teams with players that average 2 or 3 points a game. And then, players with teams that average maybe 1 point a game or a little under, those teams face against each other. To me, that might be the better solution, because, just because you're in the same division does not make you equal, as we all see. So hopefully EA takes that into consideration. I hope you liked my video. Please subscribe, comment in the comment sections below. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.